Good day, students. As I had given you the notes earlier, these are the rules of accounts, and whatever transactions will occur in the business will be out of the six sentences only. One will be debit, and another will be a credit one. So, we'll need to identify that. See, in your second chapter and third chapter, especially your second chapter, they are showing you twofold effects. So we have done one format which will be common for all the sums, and it will be helpful for your journal entries also, like a twofold effects, then debit credit, name of account and type of account. And this is a format of a journal which is your fourth chapter as per the new textbook. The format of a journal, it's a book which is kept by most of the businessmen and the big companies. It is date column, the date on which the transaction occurred, particulars wherein we will pass a journal entry. Then it is LF, that is ledger folio. Here the page number of another book which is known as ledger is written, but while doing sums we are not going to write anything in this column. Then the amount which is written on the debit side and the credit side. See, practically I am showing one sums. We'll have to follow this format for almost all the sums till we are familiar with this journal. Like you are given a transaction, purchased goods of rupees 800. Now if you imagine that you are sitting in a shop, if you are sitting in a shop and if you are purchasing goods, practically what you can see is that goods will come into your business, or we can say, let us say one box is coming into your business place, and wherever you are sitting there will be a cash counter. Out of that you will take out cash and will give. So the two things which are occurring, which you can see, that is out of the six sentences only. We can say that, see, if practically if you say, you can say that goods comes in. So in the twofold effects we shall write goods comes in, and another effect is that you are opening a drawer and giving out cash. So your cash goes out. See, practically whatever you are able to see in the business, that only you are writing. So cash goes out. Comes in and goes out rule is there in real account, wherein for comes in it is debit, for goes out it is credit. So for goods comes in we will write over here debit, for cash goes out we will write credit. Then in name of account, out of this sentence, see, comes in and goes out is already given in the rule over here. At the place of what we are having goods, and here it is cash. So we can write in name of account goods account and cash account. For goods account, in order to clarify, we can also write a purchase account because goods are purchased. Type of account, this comes in goes out rule is there in real account. So we will write type of account real. See, you have to be familiar with this particular format also, because sometimes in exam, in short questions and MCQ, they also ask that state the type of account. Then they will give a name of cash account. You have to specify whether it is real, personal or nominal account. So these are the twofold effects of a transaction. First transaction, you are purchasing goods of rupees 800. So goods comes in and cash goes out. This is a practical thing which you are able to see. Now whenever we are passing a journal entry, see, as I said earlier, for recording the transaction, this will also look much lengthy. So for convenience, they just write this particular thing, that which account is debited and which account is credited. While writing a journal entry, there is a method. Whatever account is debit, that is written first, and the account which is credited is written below that. So of this, we are supposed to write purchase account debit, then leaving some space in the second line, to cash account. Then in the amount column for the debit, the amount is 800 on the debit side and amount 800 on the credit side. So the entry, journal entry is purchase account debit to cash account. See, I am showing it at present, but first of all you be familiar with this one. Once again saying, if you are purchasing the goods, goods comes in and cash goes out. Whatever things are happening in your business, you will have to limit your thinking to this 6 sentences only. You will have to decide that out of this 6 sentences, which 2 sentences will be applicable. One will be debit and another one will be credit. So it may be combination of this and this also. It is not necessary that both the things will be out of real account only or personal account only. See the next one, selling goods or sold goods of rupees 800. Practically, if you see, if you are sitting in a shop and if you are selling the goods will be going out. Then to whomsoever you are giving the goods, they will give you cash for that. They will pay cash for that. So for that we can write goods goes out and cash comes in. For goods goes out, as per the real account rule, credit what goes out and debit what comes in. Now in name of account, out of this we can write goods account. However, since the goods are sold, we can specify it as a sales account. And here from this sentence, cash account. See, in name of account we are writing out of this. Then comes in goes out rule is for real account. So this both account are real account. Now we have to simply arrange it properly and write a journal entry out of it. The debit portion will be written first. So here cash account is debit. So we shall write cash account debit to sales account, and the amount here also is 800. Then see the third one, we are paying salary of rupees 1000. See, in business there are certain expenses which are to be paid regularly whether or not you earn profit. So if you are paying salary to someone, then if you practically think, one thing is sure, that you are paying salary, so cash goes out. Because if you are paying salary, you are not writing the spelling of salary and giving that chit to someone. You are paying cash for that. So cash goes out. So we can write it is credit. Out of these 6 sentences, see, one credit we have picked. Credit what goes out, that is cash goes out. Now out of this 3 debit, any one is applicable to that. Debit what comes in may not apply, because we cannot say that that person comes into the business, then by the evening he leaves also. So we cannot apply this sentence. Debit, the receiver of benefit, is used when we are doing any favor on someone. By paying salary to the employee, we are not doing favor on him because he is providing us services. So the last option, debit all expenses and losses. Paying salary to someone is an expense for us. Whether or not we earn profit, we will have to pay salary to the employees if we hire them. So debit all expenses and losses, that rule will be applicable. And we can say for cash goes out credit, and for the debit we can say salary is an expense and debit all expenses and losses. Then here name of account cash account and here salary account. Cash account is a real account and salary account is a nominal account. Then if we pass a journal entry out of this one, your third entry will be salary account debit to cash account. The amount is 1000. So on the debit side, and credit amount on the credit side. Then similarly, if you see the fourth one, we are receiving rent. Sometimes a businessman may be renting out some of the portion of his property and he is receiving rent for that. If you are getting any income, you are not going to get a spelling or word of that, you are going to get cash for it. So for the fourth transaction we can say cash comes in, that is debit, and out of this 3 credit what goes out we cannot apply. Credit the giver of benefit. The person who is paying us rent is not doing a favor on us because we are providing them certain premises on rent and he is paying it for that. So credit all incomes and gains will be applicable. So that is why we can say that rent is an income because we are receiving it. So rent is an income. So credit all incomes and gains. Then in name of account, here cash account and here rent account. Cash account is a real account and rent account is a nominal account because it is an income. Then if we arrange this one, the entry will be cash account debit to rent account, the amount is 600